when you become a father. Your heart stops being just yours. It starts beating for someone smaller, softer, and far more fragile than you ever imagined. For me, that someone is my daughter, Lily. She's 16, quiet, thoughtful, and far too trusting for a world that often doesn't deserve her. That evening began like any other. I just finished a long shift when my phone buzzed. Her name lit the screen. I smiled until I heard her voice, trembling, broken. "Dad, please come get me. They're here. His friends are here. They're betting on me." For a moment, everything stopped. My chest tightened. I could make out muffled laughter in the background. Male voices, cruel and careless. I didn't ask questions. I grabbed my keys and ran. The drive felt endless. My hands shook with a quiet rage that simmers instead of roars. I trusted that boy, Kyle. He'd been around for months, polite, respectful, or so I thought. When I pulled up, light spilled from the windows and bass thudded through the walls. I walked to the door, each step heavier than the last. Inside, voices cheered, a girl sobbed, and then I saw her, Lily, frozen in the middle of the room, tears streaking her face. Kyle and his friends had their phones out, laughing. My voice was calm, but every word trembled with fury. "What's going on here?" The laughter died the moment they saw me. Kyle's smirk faltered, his hand lowering slowly as the room fell quiet. His friends, boys barely men, shifted nervously, the kind of discomfort that comes when you're caught doing something you can't justify. Lily ran to me, burying her face in my chest. I could feel her trembling, smell the fear on her skin. I wrapped my arms around her and whispered, "It's okay, baby. I'm here now." Then I looked up at them. "You," I said, pointing at Kyle. "Explain." He stammered about a joke, about just playing around. But the poker chips on the table told a different story. Money scattered across it, a notepad with names and numbers, and beside Lily's name, the word bet. I picked up the paper, my jaw tightening. This was a game to you? No one answered. The silence stretched, thick and unbearable. I stepped closer, close enough for Kyle to see what real anger looks like when it doesn't need to shout. "Take your friends," I said quietly, "and leave. Now." One of them muttered a nervous laugh, and that was it. I slammed my hand on the table, so hard the chips scattered like startled birds. "Get out." They moved fast, tripping over themselves toward the door. Kyle lingered, eyes darting between me and Lily. I could see guilt flicker, or maybe just fear. "Don't you ever come near my daughter again," I said. He opened his mouth, then thought better of it. He left. When the door slammed, the silence felt heavier than before. Lily still shook, fingers clutching my sleeve as if she feared I might disappear too. I guided her to the couch, sat beside her, and waited for her breathing to slow. She whispered. They said it was a challenge. Whoever made me cry first would win the bet. Her words broke something in me I didn't know could still break. I wanted to go after them, to teach those boys what consequences feel like. But then I looked at my daughter, eyes red, innocence bruised but not gone, and realized revenge wasn't what she needed. She needed safety. She needed to see her father calm and steady even when the world wasn't. So I made a different kind of plan. The next morning I drove to school, not as an enraged parent, but as a man with evidence. Screenshots, photos, the messages Lily had saved. The principal's face shifted from polite to horrified within seconds. By day's end, every one of those boys was suspended pending investigation. Kyle lost his scholarship. His father called that night, begging to handle it privately. I told him, "Your son should have thought of that before turning cruelty into entertainment. Justice doesn't always look like fists or shouting. Sometimes it's calm precision, making sure every door those boys thought would open for them now stays shut." Later that week, Lily hugged me and whispered, "Thank you, Dad." I held her close and said, "You don't owe me thanks. You just keep shining, and I'll handle the darkness."